For some Mustang buyers, it's non-negotiable. They got to have a V8 with their Mustangs. But for some Mustang buyers that are a little bit more open-minded, maybe a 4-cylinder might work great for you. Hi, this is Joe from Way Scarff Ford Isuzu, and today we're going to talk about this beautiful 2019 Mustang Pony Edition. This is the EcoBoost. Let's dive in. At a glance to an untrained eye, with its graphics package and upgraded wheels, it might look like a GT, but this is the EcoBoost version of the Mustang, which instead of featuring a 5-liter V8, this one is the EcoBoost. So we have a 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, pumping out 310 horsepower. Fantastic engine. Not only do we find this engine in the Mustang, but we can also find it in the Ford Ranger and the Ford Bronco. If we do a little classic rewind to Mustang's past, if we take a look at the Mustang Cobra of the late 90s, it made a little over 300 horsepower. Now your entry-level Mustang in 2019 makes it 310 horsepower. This thing is no slouch. 0 to 60 is right around 5 seconds, matched to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And the latest generation of the Mustang also now features an independent rear suspension, turning a previously fast Mustang only mainly in the straight line into a true corner carving sports car. That independent rear suspension on the Mustang with its latest generation really made a big leap in the Mustang series. Previously, it was only special limited edition versions of the Mustangs, like some versions of the Cobra GT500 that featured an independent rear suspension. But now, for 2015 and on, all the Mustangs have independent rear suspension, making it more sophisticated, much better in the corners, and much more refined. Love the contrasting colors in the rear. We have the black accents on the trunk, dual exhaust for aggressive look. We can see design accents from Mustangs of the decades past, like the vertical rear tail lamps is definitely something we see from the 60s and 70s Mustangs. Decently sized trunk for such a small two-door sports car, and you can fold down those rear seats for more trunk space. The Pony package gives you these nice polished alloy wheels, nice interior. The rear seats aren't the biggest in the world, mostly for kids. I probably wouldn't want to sit back there. The front seats are a different story. Very comfortable in here, especially the premium edition. We have this nice perforated leather interior. I love the contrast stitching. We can see the contrast stitching and synthetic leather and stitching all throughout the interior, the doors, the dashboard, the seats. We have an original build sheet on this one, and another dividend of having a Mustang with the EcoBoost is it's very fuel efficient. Even the GTs are pretty good these days, but 21 city, 32 highway will average right around 25. That's awesome for something making 310 horsepower. And not only are you gonna save money, so you'll save money with the Mustang EcoBoost being a lower price point than the GT, probably about $5,000 to $10,000 in a comparable GT model. You're also gonna get better gas mileage as well. And for most people, it's gonna be less money to insure a 4-cylinder version of the Mustang than a V8 GT version. Completely digital gauge cluster of analog style gauges, nice leather wrapped steering wheel. On the inside too, this thing looks like a GT, very nice. We have heated and air conditioned front seats, navigation, rear parking camera. I love the toggle switches. We have keyless ignition with push button start. This is your drive mode selector, so you can pick different drive modes. You have Sport, Sport Plus. And depending on what drive mode you have selected, it might change the style of the gauge cluster. So like for the track, in sport modes, we have a little bit of a different design in the gauge cluster versus when we go back to like regular mode or snow and wet, we kind of have a little bit more of a traditional style looking gauge cluster. But then yeah, when you go to the sport mode and the Sport Plus, it gets a little bit more aggressive looking. It's like a modern digital race display on a race car. But of course, on the inside and outside, we can see retro accents like the double humps on the dashboard. That's definitely all the way back to the 1965 Mustang, the design of the steering wheel. The Mustang has had continuous production for 60 years. It hasn't skipped a beat where we've seen the Camaro and the Firebird come and go again, unfortunately. The Mustang has had continuous production, and it's actually the only car that Ford makes now. Everyone, they love trucks and SUVs and pickup trucks, but the Ford is the only car that Ford makes these days. That's just changing times, but luckily there's enough buyers to keep this amazing product still going. We're Way Scarff Ford and Isuzu. We sell new Fords, new Isuzus, and a very wide variety of premium vehicles. Of course, we love Mustangs, so we have a great selection of new Mustangs like we have here. Look at all these beautiful brand new Mustangs. Then we have this beautiful pre-owned 2024 Dark Horse. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.